Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Scott Fishkind. I'm a singer-songwriter in the Ann Arbor, Michigan area. Most of the time my channel is just my songs, me singing and playing them. But I've been doing videos of the guitars I have. And recently I did two videos, one with this Walden G630CE and another one with my Walden O550E, which I recently purchased at Elderly Instruments in Lansing, Michigan. Someone was interested in me demonstrating the difference so they could hear them side to side rather than having to go from video to video. So I was happy to do that. I love these guitars. So I have a whole bunch of notes here because there's a lot of details I'll be getting into today, and then I will demonstrate them. So first I'm going to get into the similarities. Both have a 25.5 scale length and the neck is joined at the 14th fret. And they both feature low mass scalloped X bracing. It's hard to kind of get this in the camera, but sometimes I can get it to be visible. But hopefully you'll be able to see that. Basically what the difference is most scallop bracing is they kind of do more of a cathedral peak in it. I'm not an expert on guitar making, but that's typically what it looks like. They just kind of scallop out the center of it. With these, they actually have strategically placed holes of different shapes, either circular or sort of triangular, a little more of an angle. And what it does is it gives you maximal stability of the bracing while reducing the mass, which gives you more resonance. Now, the neck are mahogany on both guitars. They have mahogany necks, 20 frets. The neck itself, the fingerboard that is rosewood, and they're both reinforced with glass fiber reinforcement, which is very unique. And to get something like that at a guitar at this price point, we're talking less than $600 for each of these guitars. That's incredible. Usually you're going into a much other level, higher range of guitar to get something like that. They also both have a two-way truss rod. As far as the nut and saddle on both guitars, they both have Graphtec New Bone nut and saddles, they're wonderful. I have those on several of my guitars. Even my very high-end guitar has the same type of nut and saddle, so that says a lot. The nut width for both guitars is 1 11/16 inches. The logo is pearl, so you can see the Walden logo here. It's really, really beautifully done. The bridge is also rosewood, so you have the rosewood bridge and the fingerboard, so it's very nice aesthetically to have that, and of course rosewood just feels great to play on. The end pins are both white. They both have a UV cured open pore satin finish, which is also environmentally conscious. They both have a satin natural color. And another thing that I really love about these guitars is that they're both cruelty-free. In this range, there's no bone, there's no hide glues, nothing like that. I check that out very thoroughly before I buy guitars because that's important to me. And I also want to mention, I have no affiliation with Walden. I'm just someone who loves their guitars. I've paid for these guitars. They're my personal guitars. Now, as far as the strings, I did want to mention these guitars come with EXP11 strings. They're coated strings. They're no longer available to consumers. And the recommended replacement strings are the XT8020 bronze coated acoustic guitar strings. They're 12 to 53. Now, I did replace the guitar strings on this one with 11 to 52s, which is often my preference, but on two of my guitars I do use the 12 to 53s. This has the original guitar strings. This guitar I just bought very recently, so the strings are, in brand new condition, and it was a brand new guitar. Now I'm going to get into more of the specifics that are different from one guitar to the other. So this guitar shape is the Grand Auditorium model. It has a cutaway. Again, just to give you a 360-degree view, this is the cedar top, which is solid western red cedar, and it does have layered rosewood back and sides. So these are not solid back and sides, but most of the sounds you get from a guitar, I've heard everything from 80, 85 to even higher percentage comes from the top woods. Let me show you the other guitar. This is the O550E. So this one has spruce, solid spruce top, and layered mahogany back and sides. Beautiful guitars. You can see there's real attention to detail and craftsmanship in these guitars. And I give a lot of credit to Jonathan Lee, the owner. He has been around forever. He's actually the founder of Walden. He was there at the very beginning, and then eventually, he didn't own the company originally, but he did come up with the name. He helped design these guitars, and then he became the owner of Walden in, I believe it was around 2020 or so. I want to get into some more of the specs now. So the difference, the tuners on the G630CE are gold die-cast, where there are chrome die-cast on the O550E. The binding on the G630CE is white, and it's black on the O550E. The Rosette of this guitar, the G630CE, is 2-ring inlaid abalone, and the O550E has a black and white inlaid. I don't know what material it is. Probably, I would assume plastic, but I could be wrong. Now the electronics are different, and they have really nice electronics, and they both have tuners. But I'll get into the specifics of that as well. So the G630CE has the Fishman Presys 2, which has volume, tuner, bass, treble, and a phase button. Now what's interesting is on the O550E, they use the Walden branded proprietary electronics, and this actually has more features, which is interesting. You know, a lot of times people want the Fishman. Fishman are great. I have Fishman on several of my guitars. I also have LR bags on one of my guitars. But because it's not the name brand, they were able to give you a pickup with more variety and more options without making the price significantly higher. In fact, to get a similar price Fishman pickup or something like that, you would probably only get basically a volume and probably a tone control. That's it. But on this one, you have the tuner, the volume, phase switch, bass, middle, treble, and a notch filter. So that's quite a lot of features. And if you watch my video that I did on just this guitar, I demonstrated through the Fishman Loudbox Mini with and without effects. I will not be going through the amplifier today just because this video is going to be way too long if I get into all of that. So I did want to mention, I probably mentioned this a little bit in the beginning, you know, why would someone purchase two guitars from the same company? And, you know, clearly with these guitars, they're quite different. One is the Grand Auditorium Cedar Rosewood combination. One is a concert-sized body with the Spruce and Mahogany. So you're getting different size guitars, you're getting different tone widths, and that really gives you a lot of tonal options. Certain songs, you know, I find just sound, I mean, they sound great on both of these guitars, but sometimes one just has a little bit more of a special something for the songs that I'm doing. So now I'm going to demonstrate each of the guitars with fingerstyle, a little bit of a slap technique, and I'll also do some flat picking just to give you a little bit of a demonstration of the difference in the sound. Now I'll demonstrate with a flat pick using a Dunlop Ultex 1mm pick. So this concludes my presentation of the Walden G630CE and the O550E. I hope hearing the contrast between the two guitars could, let you really make a decision on which one you might like, or like me, maybe you decide you want both of them, because I like having the different tonal colors available. And they're very different playing experiences. Sometimes I just feel like playing a smaller body guitar. Sometimes I want to play the bigger body guitar. But Jonathan Lee, the owner of Walden, has done an amazing job bringing high-quality guitars. They're at, I even hate to use the word budget prices again, because they're not budget guitars. They're high-quality instruments that just happen to not cost a fortune. So I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much.